Hello, friends. Today is a topic that is near and dear to my heart and maybe to many of you as well. We're going to talk about glam. Perhaps you have a new alt you'd like to work on and you really don't want to have to deal with the incredible 2-slot gear options which are actually an affront to glam lovers everywhere. Or perhaps you just want to discover new pieces that maybe you didn't know about. So today we're going to talk a little bit about starter glams for people who don't have a lot of gil to spend or just want some budget options, or maybe just want to discover some new glams to add to their dresser. Our first stop will be to visit Bango Zango. If you don't know who this little guy is, he's a Lalafell that stands in Limsa's Aetheryte Plaza. He has a number of glam pieces, including the starter gear for each race, so in case you ever throw yours out like I did, you can get it back. Besides starter gear, he also carries the hempen gear, which does display differently on every race, which has its own special challenge if you're somewhat addicted to Fantasia like me. If you go to the Purchase Items tab of the menu, he also has the plain versions of the Gold Saucer t-shirts that you can buy for 2k gil and a number of face accessories if you're into like glasses and things like that. He does have some other items that aren't glam, so it's kind of good to check in with him once in a while. So that's Bango Zango. Now, next on our vendor glam list is Iron Thunder. He is the Battlecraft armor in Limsa, so he has a counterpart in Ul'dah and in Gridania that sell the same equipment. In Gridania, it's Domitian, and in Ul'dah, it's Gowalter. I hope I'm saying those right. I don't know. There are several pieces I like here, like with the Battlecraft armor whenever I need to make new glams for characters that I've just created or whatever that don't have a whole lot of gil. You'll find the hempen bottoms, which is a cute little skirt with stockings. The stockings aren't dyeable, but you know, it's pretty cheap, so like I'm not really bothered by it. And it goes really well with the velveteen gaiters. There are other models of this gear later on that like dye better. At least at the low levels, it can get you started when you've got a new character that has no gil. And finally, for vendor glams, we have Rianne, who is the vendor just outside of Ul'dah's Aetheryte Plaza. Well, she does have like a limited amount of actual gear. What we want to look at is the novelty gear section. These cute little pieces all pair really well with other glams and all are under 20k. And speaking of cheap, it may not matter if you don't have a crafter that's at least level 15, but you can go to Vesper Bay and see the crafter Tomes guy in Vesper Bay and get the Emperor clothes. So like then your necklaces and your rings and bracelets, you can also get like the accessories that are invisible. So things that don't actually cost gil but may cost a little bit of time is when you want to get like stuff with tomes or Centurio seals. We can visit the various tome vendors in the cities, you know, at least until 8.0 when they take out the whole tome thing. But for now we have them, so might as well spend them. For example, in Ralger's Reach, you can visit the Centurio vendors just outside the Aetheryte, buy some items there. I really like the Alamegan gear sets. The legs are pretty cool on most of them. I think I have the I think I have the casting one, and I know I have the fending one. Those are pretty cool. I use them all the time. This does require having access to Stormblood and to Centurio seals, but it opens up a lot of cute pieces and it doesn't cost you any gil. Centurio vendors are also located inside the Forgotten Knight and Ishgard and have the dyeable versions of the level 60 gear, which is pretty cool. I love the Orison, the white mage gear. I use the skirt and the gloves a lot and stuff. And finally, if you are into PvP, there's another few options that don't cost any gil, but does cost some time. If you're one of those that likes to fight for stuff, you get to beat people up for wolf marks or trophy crystals or both. There's just so many sets in the Wolf's Den that it's kind of impossible to go through them all. Here's a few examples of the sets that are currently available in the Wolf's Den and won't cost you any gil, just time to grind out the wolf marks or trophy crystals. I have a fair amount of these, and I don't really do a whole lot of PvP. I like a frontline every once in a while, and somehow I seem to get them. It doesn't take long. If you're willing to go into PvP, more power to you. So let's talk about the market board really quick. I'm not going to dwell on this too much because there's a lot of things that are kind of affordable on the market board, but there's also some things that are not. Well, you can find some cute things on it. The prices can vary pretty wildly from server to server or DC to DC. I don't want to dwell too much on it because I can't sit here and give you prices for stuff that's probably going to change. Every once in a while, a piece will crash in price. You can get it pretty cheap, but then it'll go back up really fast. But also, free trial players cannot access the market board. So if you're on free trial, I'm sorry, this section doesn't really apply to you. I mean, despite everything that I've said, those disclaimers or whatever, there are some really cute low-cost things that you can find on the market board. A lot of the glams from Eureka end up super cheap on the market board, like the Pagos stuff. Especially the Pagos shirt. I really love that one. It is a little unfortunate that the red part doesn't die like the rest do, but you can still build something really cute around it or use the red to your advantage if you like that particular red. Actually, I really like the Pagos cutlets and the Pagos field dressings. Both pieces are pretty versatile and can mix and match with a lot of different glams. And if you're looking for sweaters, there's a couple of cute sweaters under 1K on several servers. The winter sweater and the adventuring sweater. Out of the two, I think I prefer the adventuring sweater because it has that nice scarf on it. But both are really cute options. I just really prefer the adventuring sweater. The scarf kind of hides the way the shoulders slope for me. Slope was actually the word I was going for there. And then there's the Hanish wool autumn shirt, which also goes pretty cheap, so that might be an option as well. Also, any of the Animos gear from Eureka tends to be pretty cheap as well, and they're really fun to play with. I think I made a really nice Western glam out of those, and I was pretty happy with it. They are only one dye channel for now. But I really love using pieces of them in other glam sets. I think they dye pretty good for just being one dye channel. And finally, let's talk about job gear because that actually does not cost gil at all. In general, these are going to be free. The only catch is that the later job sets, you'll have needed to complete the role quests to be able to dye them, which means having them leveled. For Shadowbringers, you'll go see the dude in the depths of the Tempest. In Endwalker, you'll check out the nice lady in Charlian. And in Dawntrail, the armor just right around the corner from the market board in Tuliala. I really didn't touch too much on raid gear sets or alliance raid sets, but there are a lot of hidden gems in those that won't cost you any gil, maybe just a little bit of time to go farm them. Maybe I can do that for another video or something. I don't know. Let me know if that is something that you guys would like me to go through, but I did want to pause for a second and say thank you to all of you for helping me break 250 subscribers this last couple of weeks. It's crazy to think that y'all actually enjoy me yapping, and I hope you continue to enjoy it because I'm having a lot of fun making stuff for y'all, and I have a lot more stuff that I want to do, so, you know. Anyway, I hope this helps y'all to kind of create some really nice glams that you can be happy with whenever those cutscenes start and your character is front and center. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.